kind of a repeat of the Arizona game. You had a couple shots, three-pointers, that wide open, and just didn't fall for you again.
Yeah, I think, I think it was two different halves for us. The first half, I wasn't pleased with our energy coming out of the locker room. I thought that Bruins played a heck of a lot harder than us on our home court, way more physical. We gave up, talked about sprinting back in transition all week, and then we gave up 10 points in transition. Talked about rebounding all week. We gave up 10 second chance points in the first half and come into the locker room with a double-digit deficit. So that's frustrating. That didn't happen in the previous games. And second half we came out, we hit some shots. The defense was pretty darn good, I thought, for the majority of it. We only gave up 2 transition points, and we gave up 0 second shot points second half. So for us, combination of maybe not having the focus we needed in every possession to come out of the locker room, and then the fact that, yeah, we didn't make shots, got some good looks at the basket, and I'm confident that those shots are going to go down at some point. We just got to keep the faith and, get ready for USC.
This was a UCLA squad that was averaging nearly 80 points a game. You held them to 57 points this evening. Talk a little bit about your defensive effort.
Well, I think it was good. It was a slugfest, I thought, to start with. I think we played about 7 minutes before there was a timeout, and there was some tongues dragging out there. We can really identify the problem was, some of the offense in the first half. We weren't consistent and disciplined to get back, so we gave them some good looks, and we didn't finish the possessions out in the first half. But second half was phenomenal, I thought. We kept them off the glass, we kept them out of transition. And again, I think maybe the offense is what's, jumping up and catching us right now, giving us some trouble.
How do you fix that?
Well, based on the second half, I don't know how much we need to fix. Got a number of open looks. It wasn't like we had desperation shots, missed layup. I think of a lot of them, it's not Jordan Loveridge's fault, but it's a missed layup in transition and a number of wide open looks going down the stretch. We got to get some more reps in practice, and I think basketball is a funny game. It's a confidence deal right now, and we've got some guys on the perimeter that maybe aren't jumping up and shooting it with the kind of confidence that they need to. I've got all the confidence in the world in them. I just told them in the locker room, I'm confident those shots will go, but we kind of have to exercise some of these hoop demons that we have right now with a lid on the basket, but we'll make it happen.
How difficult is it, just kind of, thinking back and kind of knowing that, you've lost your first 3 Pac-12 games by a combined 8 points. 2 of those 3 were to pre-national programs, and, you could really be sitting pretty right now.
Well, it's not difficult to me. Honestly, it's not difficult at all. And I know you guys might get tired of all the cliches, but this one's in the books. We can't do anything about what happened against anybody we played before. Last year, Thanksgiving tournament, whatever is in the past. And I'm really kind of tired of talking about, whether it's a moral victory or woulda, coulda, shoulda. We could be 12-2 right now. It's all irrelevant. And I've said it, whether you're losing or winning, you just keep busting your butt in every game. And at the end of the season, we're going to look back, and we'll probably have a coaches meeting, and we'll go somewhere warm and sit down for a couple days, and we'll go, God, you know what? That Northridge game, that Arizona, and then you talk about it. But right now, we're so focused. We're going to try to beat USC, and I've got all the confidence in the world in our guys. I know we've done it, and we have a strong enough spirit that our guys aren't going to get broken because we're not winning games. If there were some things that were really broken, where we didn't feel like we had much of a chance, we're not going to a gunfight with knives anymore. We got a chance to win some games, and now it's time for guys to step up. So.
Were you happy with the shots by Glenn, or would you rather have had some trying to drive to the basket and get some closer shots?
No, those were good looks. They were really good looks. Great passing on the perimeter. I think was there 3 of them that were solid, when I looked up, each of those 3, if they go in, we have our first lead. A couple of them anyway, and then all of a sudden it changes completely when we're in the driver's seat with the point lead. But 2 of those plays in particular were called plays to get threes. You know, I thought they were doubling down, doing a pretty good job on our interior. We tried to keep the floor spread a little bit. And we'll make them. We're going to make them at some point.
What changed offensively in the second half? I mean, you just guys were just pretty much just getting better looks all around in the second half than you did in the first half.
I thought we were playing harder. You know, I really challenged our guys at halftime. I thought they came into our building in the first half, blizzard, no blizzard, whatever was going on in people's mind, and they were more physical with us on both ends of the floor. They were holding. We weren't holding. We were coming, you know, we're guarding them, coming soft off the screens. They're jumping up and making them. They're holding us. So it was, you know, pretty futile effort for us to try to score points. And then when we started playing harder, again, playing harder on offense, we were screening, and there was some attack mode and extra pass mode that we didn't have in the first half, and gave us an opportunity to score some hoops. I thought that was the difference.
How good was Cedric on both ends of the floor, not only scoring, but I mean, he really frustrated some guys out there.
Well, he's a heck of a defender. You know, he's an absolute gem. He's wandered around here wounded, and you know, I love the kid. Every team needs a guy like him, and I hope, you know, there's a little bit of transference. Some of our younger kids are watching. Ced's not the most talented guy. He'd be the first to tell you, you know, but he's my kind of guy, foxhole kind of guy that's just going to dig his head in, and he disrupts the game, and it's great to see him make shots. That's what we talk about all the time. You guys go out and play defense, understand our schemes, and the shots will go for you. He's a poster child for that message.
Do you allow yourself any sense of consolation, Harry, that you're not letting anybody get away from you guys this year? You're staying in all these games.
Just you mentioning that for the first time is the first time I really thought about that, Brad. You know, I mean, it's fun to, you know, be in competitive games, and you got to go to your end of game situations, and you got to be dialed in with, you know, to be engaged in those kind of games. I'd be lying if I said that. I shouldn't say fun. It's exciting. I mean, I'd much rather have a 20-point lead going down the stretch where we can be telling jokes on the bench, but it's not happening that way. And you know, again, we're not that far away. I think the guys are going to keep rolling, and we'll have a shot at them.
The Muss really showed up tonight, potentially
awesome.
for the first time in your whole coaching tenure. I mean, they really came out despite a blizzard.
It was awesome.
Talk about what that was like.
No, it was really, really cool seeing that section up there. I mean, it was obviously with the weather, it was a little bit slow for everybody to get here, but there was a little heartbeat over there in the corner of the arena when I walked in. As you see the other seats trickling in, they were there, seated, and we need that. You know, it's a big part of college athletics to have that kind of pulse. I've always said that the student section is kind of the heartbeat of the arena, and people are going to get excited off of them, and I hope we can I hope we can continue to build on that, you know, and some of those people will come back and give us a shot maybe on Saturday.
J.O. In the second half, obviously he played well. You know, talk about his stretch of effective play, the best stretch of the season for him.
Yeah.
Was that a coach's decision to go with him over Darlin, or was there
Yeah, at that point it was, yeah. You know, just a couple breakdowns early on where we're trying to run some things, and you know, Dallin wasn't in the right spot offensively, and we were struggling enough offensively to not be able to have a breakdown. So you know, I talked to him about it yesterday in practice, J.O., and told him to be ready, and he gave us a big lift. He's going to be a good player. You know, he's going to be a good player, and I think he's rounded into shape. His health is pretty good, and hopefully we can get him some more minutes.
You mentioned in practice, after practice a couple days ago, that he's been kind of coming around.
Yeah.
You know, just talk about his improvement from the beginning of the season when he was really a project to now to where he's.
Well, I don't think he was really a project. I think you have to keep in mind he's coming off a mission. He had some hip surgery. You know, he missed most of our Brazil trip with that injury, so it hasn't been the most fluid. And then you throw on top of that, he's a freshman in a new program, redshirt freshman. But there's a lot to swallow. You know, I mean, there's a lot thrown at him. He's just worked his butt off every day in practice, hasn't complained, and kind of biding his time. And we're gonna throw him out there to the fire. We need him in there.